Alrighty, so week 4 is already here for you today. I have my DST matchups that I like the best, 5 of them going into week 4. And as promised, I have this video for you before the waiver wire hopefully close Tuesday night at 3 a.m. or whenever yours closes, 3 a.m. I guess Wednesday time, whatever time it actually closes. I have this video earlier in the week like I said I would. One more thing to note before we hop into the actual video, my 2 favorite defenses last week were the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts, and I smashed on both of those. So hopefully you guys followed that, picked up one of those defenses if they were available, and got, 18 or 19 points, or 18 and 17 points, whatever it was, for both of those DST matchups in week 3. Just a point to note, again, that these are in no particular order. I will tell you my favorite 2 or 3 this week, just like I did last week, so you can kind of prioritize those if they're available in your leagues. The first team I'm going to talk about is the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Arizona Cardinals. So far on the season, Seattle's defense has been kind of gross, kind of mean. They've looked really good and really explosive out there. And the Cardinals offense, if I'm being quite honest, hasn't looked like much. With James Conner going down, it is only going to intensify the issues that the Cardinals are going to have. The Seahawks do not let you run the ball effectively. They are getting after the quarterback. It's going to be an interesting matchup to see with Kyler Murray, more of a running quarterback back there. But they are also getting interceptions in bunches. This defensive unit for Seattle, kind of like what I had talked about before we came into the season, could end up finishing as a top 10 unit. So far through the first 3 weeks, they look like they are on track to do just as such. I would anticipate that as we go along the season, they will end up being a viable streaming option week over week over week. I do think Seattle is going to be in a great spot to absolutely smash in this game. They may not be my absolute favorite team this week, but if you already had them from week 3, I think you can hold on to them in week 4 and have a decent performance, probably more like 10 to 12 points, 8 to 12 points, somewhere in there, and be comfortable starting them this week. The next defense I have for you is the LA Chargers. They are 4th in points allowed right now through 3 games. Their defense is absolutely firing on all cylinders. I do wish Khalil Mack was able to play in this game, but he wasn't playing in week 3, and they still look pretty good. The Giants on the offensive side of the football are not looking that great. It has been confirmed that Jackson Dart is expected to start this coming week against this Chargers defense. In my opinion, it's a horrible position to put Jackson Dart in. It will be his first professional game against what right now looks like a top 5 to top 10 defense in the LA Chargers. The Chargers aren't letting you score a lot. The Giants aren't able to score very much. The run game is going to be a little bit hindered without Tyrone Tracy out there. We don't know how Jackson Dart's going to look. Normally, I don't want to start defenses against rookie QBs, only if there's a chance that that rookie QB could possibly light it up in the first time that they're starting. But with this Chargers defense, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think that this defense for the Chargers is absolutely going to smack around Jackson Dart and this lackluster offense under Jackson Dart and Brian Daboll. They're going to be able to apply pressure. Their front four are going to get home. Their blitzes are going to get home. The secondary is probably going to pick off an interception, maybe 2. Who knows? It could be an absolute bloodbath out there for Jackson Dart. This is not the game I would want to start him in if I'm Brian Daboll or the leadership from the New York Giants. I think that the Chargers are in an absolute smash spot going into week 4 against the New York Giants. The next team I have for you, and people probably will roll their eyes a little bit, but it is the Houston Texans going up against the Tennessee Titans this week. It is an interdivisional game between the Texans and the Titans. The Texans aren't letting you score a lot of points. The Titans are not scoring a lot of points on their own note against any defense they played so far. Cam Ward does not look that fantastic for the first few weeks. This could be more of the OC calling horrible plays, or it could be more of just Cam Ward thinking he can make every throw and taking a ridiculous amount of sacks. The Titans are allowing 5 sacks per game right now, which is absolutely hilarious. This could be the combination of a poor offensive line, but also just bad QB play. The Texans, on the other hand, are getting a lot of sacks on their own note. They're averaging about 3 sacks a game right now at this point in time through 3 weeks. They are going to absolutely feast on this offensive line, feast on Cam Ward. Their corners have not looked that great through the first few weeks. They've only had 1 interception on the season. But this Texans defense has been kind of lackluster so far. I do feel like in week 4, they kind of turn it around against an easier opponent in the Tennessee Titans. They're going to be able to bottle up Tony Pollard, bottle up Cam Ward. These receivers for the Titans are nothing gaudy. The secondary for the Texans is going to be able to feast on that, as well as the pressure they're going to be getting. I think this is going to be a high sack, high turnover game, and the Texans are actually going to smash and bounce back in week 4. New England Patriots going up against the Carolina Panthers. So far, the Patriots are like this weird middling defense that has a potential to absolutely have a breakout game one of these weeks. If Christian Gonzalez is able to return in week 4, I would assume he locks up Tet McMillan. The Patriots are not letting you run the football, so if you have Tet locked up, you have Chuba Hubbard not able to run the ball, Rico Dowdle can't run the ball, it is going to set it up where Bryce Young has to get the ball to other wide receivers other than Tet McMillan, which so far has not looked very good. His receiving core has not looked very good. I do not think this will be a very high scoring game because both of these offenses are not very potent. At this point in time, this defense is clicking. It has an interception average per game. It has 9 sacks on the season, so 3 sacks per game. They are going to get after Bryce Young after this, average-ish offensive line. They are going to put pressure on him. They are going to be able to take the football away. And if Christian Gonzalez plays, I think the Patriots are in a smash spot going into week 4. If you want to be really, really spicy and look up just at the matchup and not so much at the defensive performance and offensive performance for teams, the Buffalo Bills are like my spicy, like PS. You could stream them in week 4. Spencer Rattler hasn't really been that bad, but this team as a whole for the Saints has not been that good. The Bills are going to score a lot of points. They are going to get out to a massive, massive, massive lead in this game. This could set it up like we saw in Seattle, where the Bills are so far ahead, they can rush 4 and drop a lot of guys in coverage. If that ends up happening, Spencer Rattler is probably apt to turn the ball over through the air at least one time. If you're looking for a spicy defensive streaming matchup who has the potential to be really boom or bust, and by bust, it's more like you get 5 points. Boom is like 20 points. Something absolutely crazy and be one of the best defenses on the week. It could be the Buffalo Bills. Not my absolute favorite. I think you could roll the dice if you want really a boom bust chance at your DST spot in week 4. My 2 favorite defenses to stream this week, and I want to call my shot on these 2 guys, would be the LA Chargers going up against the New York Giants and the Houston Texans going up against the Tennessee Titans. I feel like both of these defenses are going up against subpar offensive units. They're both going to go up against rookie quarterbacks. They're both able to take the ball away through interceptions and fumbles, and they're both able to get after the quarterback and put a good pass rush out there against any offensive line, even if they're only bringing 4 as their form of pressure. I do think that both of these units will have very good weeks as DST streaming options for you in week 4. More of like Chargers, Houston, New England if Christian Gonzalez is back. If you are looking to pick up people before the waiver wire, which you probably won't see this video before the waiver wire, so unfortunately probably after the waiver wire clears, but you're looking to pick them up for free, and if you're wanting to see if there's some people out there still available on your waiver wire who I had in my video for this week to pick up, because there are some guys in that video who are specifically for deeper leagues, go and check that out. I will have my week 4 waiver wire video down here somewhere below. Hopefully this video helps you get just a little bit closer to winning your fantasy football championship in 2025. I'll see you guys again. No, hopefully you guys will see me again real soon. And until then, y'all have a blessed day.